Hello viewers, welcome to this week's episode of UDAA Lego series, Know Your Right series. So last week we talked about the the economic objectives. This week we'll be talking about the social objectives. And what this contains is that the social order of our country Nigeria is founded on the ideas of freedom, equality, and justice. Equality and justice very important. Freedom also very important. From the beginning of this Lego series, we mentioned that you have rights to life, but if that life in that life you're not free to do what you want to do, your freedom is not guaranteed, your freedom is not respected, you're more like a slave. Yes, you're alive, but you're not free. So which is the reason we mentioned that our fundamental rights must be respected, must be protected. Also, in our last two videos we mentioned that peace without justice is not possible. It's an illusion. It will not work because it's just, for example, you want me to be in peace with my neighbor, and you treat my neighbor more special than you treat me, and naturally you're already on your own creating division in my head. You are aiding that division. So now I have to put a lot of effort if I want to be extra human or superhuman, because as humans I'm only human, my mind is molded to work this way. So you're already creating that division, you're already making me feel jealous of my neighbor, and naturally it is for me to now guide myself and try to force myself to foster love, peace and unity. But if you treat me equally as you treat my neighbor, I don't need to fight it. I don't need to, it just comes, the love, the peace, unity just comes naturally, because there's no point fighting my neighbor since I enjoy what he is enjoying. I enjoy what she is enjoying. So peace and unity is guaranteed only if there is equality and justice. You cannot be asking that, for example, I give up my land to a headman to where is cattle ranching, a land I bought with my own money, and I give to someone to start his own private business. Will you agree to do that for me if I ask that same Fulani in his village? I go to his village and I ask that he gives up his land for me to import peppers. The Igbo men who like to import pepper, who are known to be pepper dealers, let's just use that example, to import peppers and trade peppers without paying rent, and you call that public interest. You see, so you're already creating that division by making this kind of policies. So policies that should be made are policies that should encourage unity, that should encourage peace, and that's okay. There's this saying that justice should not only be seen as being done. Justice should not only be done, but it should be seen and perceived as having been done. So it doesn't matter that you've done justice. In your mind, you may have done justice. Within you may have done justice. But the person looking at it, the whole scenario, without any explanation, can the person see that you have acted neutral? Can the person see that justice has been done in that matter? Okay, so that's the food for thought for today. In this vein, every citizen shall have equal rights, equal opportunity, and should be protected equally. So, for example, assuming these rights are enforceable, nobody can discriminate you for when you apply for a job on grounds of sex, your religion, your ethnicity. No. And if anybody does that, you can sue the person. But these rights in Nigeria are largely not enforceable. So the government is actually supposed to foster and promote an environment where there'll be no discrimination among citizens. Every citizen should be treated equally, because it's just like us, a mother with 12 children, or let's say, since we have 36 states, 36 children, and you're asking this mother to treat a child better than the other, or asking this mother to choose who he prefers. Each child is different, as we all know. Each individual is different. Even twins are different. But then a mother usually loves all of her children equally. Even if she doesn't make it obvious. She doesn't show it. Each child feels that mother's love. So Nigeria is our motherland, is our fatherland. Nigeria belongs to us. So Nigeria is supposed to protect us. Nigeria is supposed to treat us equally. Likewise, the people in government. Fine, we cannot put one person cannot be both Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Ibibio, Igala at the same time. So the person occupying the position as a leader can be from any state of the federation. But what is most important is that the person will treat every individual from every state of the federation equally, the same, and so that they don't, even if it's so hard, because we are human beings, even if it's so hard to do that, but we shouldn't, the other ethnic groups, the other sects, the other religions shouldn't see. You shouldn't be created in their perception. You shouldn't perceive that you are discriminating against them or against their religion. So also in our places of work. So each equal pay for equal work. So it's not that I am an associate in my firm or in my company, and other associates are being paid equally. They are being paid 200,000 and I am being paid 500,000. So that is not that can be termed discrimination. Why are you discriminating against me? Fine, you may say I work better and harder than those other associates. Then promote me. Let me get a promotion and increase my salary for that promotion. And the goals for the promotion should be that I'm working harder and I'm improving. But the others are still where they are. But not that you live in that same position and then we're occupying the same position. We have equal status. And you are paying me higher and paying the others lower. Maybe because I'm a woman, or maybe because I'm a man. Whichever be the case. Or maybe because I'm from your home state, or I'm your in-law. But like I said, these rights are largely not enforceable. And then the government is also supposed to secure our welfare, give us good health, even at work. So you're not supposed to work when it will endanger your health. Do the job that will endanger your health. You're not supposed to encourage jobs that will endanger the health of the employees. Okay, and then finally, the Constitution enjoined that the state should promote family unity, family life. And so family life, talking about family life, why would a constitution be so concerned about the family, so interested about the family? Because the family is the smallest unit of the society. Okay, so every one of us, apart from the state, is supposed to encourage family life. We're supposed to encourage family life within our own family and within our neighbors. When I was growing up back then, there's this saying that a mother gives birth to a child, but the community trains that child. So every child is everybody's business. You cannot, for whatever reason, do something wrong and go scot free. Once do you know, back then, if my neighbor reports me to my mother, it is worse. The punishment I would get to be worse than when my mother finds me committing that offense by herself. So we protected each other's family, and now you see a lot of people be like, well, this woman can't even train her child, she can't even keep her child properly. Well, it's none of my business. It's a child that gets spoiled. So this same child that gets spoiled may come back tomorrow to be something in the society, and maybe wayward to the society, maybe a criminal in the society, and you'll be affected because this child will come and torment you. You may talk from today and to tomorrow and lament and be like, this person lacks home training. That is not the solution to the problem. The problem is that this person is still bringing menace to the society, and you had the opportunity to help this person out, but just because the person is not your child, you didn't care. And sometimes all these things of us not caring, sometimes our children don't even mingle with these children, and then our children come and cultivate some characters you didn't teach them, and then you go after later and start saying, oh my God, upon all the training I gave to you. You should train your children and also train other people's children. I am not saying you should be a busybody and go to people's houses to find out what their children are doing. There are some things you see and notice. Call the attention of the parents, and also caution the child. You can just correct the child when you pass it. Oh, I saw you doing this. No, that is wrong. Don't do that again, okay? And if you do that again, I will report you to your parents. You see a child holding huge amount of money. Where did you get that money from? Oh, my mom gave it to me. Really? Your mom gave you this amount of money to spend all alone? You call the attention of the mother to that child. Who knows? The child may have taken the money from someone in school. Who knows? Bad people may be giving the child money just to molest the child, and the parents may not be aware. You don't have to be a good you don't have to be a bad parent to be aware of everything. Not to be aware of everything, rather. You don't have to be a bad parent not to be aware of everything. Sometimes you may be a very good parent and cross your T's and dot your I's, and still these children still go out and you won't know what they're doing. So to end this series for this week, as we go out in this new week, let's look around our environment. Let's look around our society. The society is ours to keep. If there are any good we think we can do, let's do it. There's this song we used to sing when we were in secondary school. Pieces of paper, wherever, lying on the floor, wherever you see them, pick them up. So you don't have to wait until you are the one who tossed that piece of paper on the floor. You shouldn't litter the floor. And even if you're not the one who did it, if you know it will harm somebody, you take it away. If you see a wood on the floor with nail on it and you escape stepping on it, it may harm someone else. And don't think because that person is not your child, then it is not your responsibility. It is the responsibility of every one of us as citizens of Nigeria to look out for one another, to look out for every Nigerian, because we are in this together. If you say this sector does not affect you or does not concern you or it is not your job, that sector links to the sector that is your job. That sector links to the sector that will affect you. That sector links to the sector that would affect your children. That sector leads to the sector that affects the society as a whole. Everything is linked together, so we should not separate them. We should not try to separate them. It is when we try to separate them that we face a lot of problem in this country and will think that it is just one sector. Every sector is affected. If the economy is affected, it will affect the social. If the political objective is affected, it affects the economy objective, it affects the social objectives, and it goes on and on like that. Thank you for watching this episode, and see you next week.